Atletico Madrid are in first place.
We did the right thing.
If we didn't lose to them, it would be us. What seemed like a promising start in the 9th minute from Rosqueth changed quickly. My 3DM out of possession tactic couldn't handle Atleti's set pieces. Now combine a cleared corner and a brilliant Arder Güler strike. How he's still there despite Atleti's lack of Champions League is beyond me. We drew the wasted chances in the second half, as chasing the game saw Mr. Turkey seal it in the 90th. Maybe Vincenzo Italiano was the better choice. Through 5 match days though, we were ahead of both Real Madrid and Barcelona. What do we do in the transfer window to improve? We did have to say goodbye to Bernabe, who wanted a pay increase in spite of his physical abilities. To replace him, we have another older guy in Nico Gonzalez on loan from Manchester City. Tsukada remains. For now, but a former striker wouldn't, as Chroo would be sold for 46 million to be Arsenal's starter. They realized that mistake a few months later and sent him to the bench. Juan Alex Pantoja arrives from Colombia for 2 million with all the right tools for a deep lying forward. He quickly usurped Djordjevic, who couldn't replace last season's performances. At right wing, Rafael Bellinho left us for a shy over 6 mil, and to replace him is Yamir Soria from Mexico. For some reason, his name reminds me of the Game Boy Castlevania game, Aria of Sorrow. Finally, David Collar arrived to improve our defense. With only 1 million to spend initially, and debt causing a small percentage of transfer profit for expenditures, I think we did solid. On match day 6, we visited Barcelona. After a win to start, they'd go 4 winless, and it'd be great if that continued against us. Unfortunately, Bolivar Campos had other plans. The Ecuadorian inside fullback decided to destroy Balde's shins as we were a man down for over 80 minutes. Ferguson continued his Valencia hot streak, and Barca extended their lead when we tried to chase the game late. This was the beginning of the bloody trifecta. Part 2 will come later when we cover the Champions League. So skipping to part 3, Real Sociedad would score twice, and then Tsukada did this. I lost my mind. When has a team suffered 3 red cards in consecutive fixtures? Not even Chelsea could manage that. This obviously ended in a loss. The next 3 encounters would see 3 clean sheets and the emergence of Pantoja as a starter. But the goals dried up at Osasuna, where 2 quick strikes out of nowhere and several missed opportunities resulted in a defeat. We'd respond emphatically with Pantoja scoring 4 goals in the fixtures versus Mallorca and Las Palmas. Despite 4 losses so far, we remained above Real Madrid and Barcelona. Well, we do play Real, but we're going to use this formation that has been working for the most part. There's been some weaknesses. I have made some shifts to it though, or some changes. Last time we faced them, of course, that devastating last minute goal scored by Francolino. Madrid, you expect managers sacked every few seasons. In Football Manager though, I don't know, at least a lot of saves I play, they just go on a good run to start, and the coach they have at the beginning stays there. Of course, if you want to know Mbappe's pace update, 14 in acceleration and pace. As long as we don't make a mistake here, we will be fine. We made a mistake. Sakes. Are you kidding me? It's just really infuriating seeing stuff like this happen. Like if they passed it across it because we weren't marking someone, okay. Like that just doesn't happen in real. I mean, it does happen, but God. That's just annoying, man. 3rd minute as well. Let's see what we can do from here. Nico Gonzalez loses it, but we get it back. Pantayo, Rosqueth? Ah, you can't miss that. You create a system that works against stronger teams. Mistakes are still gonna kill you, and mistakes mess up my psyche. And Ross gets offside. And when I say by messing up my psyche, I mean like I begin thinking, okay, did I make the wrong decision? Do I need to go more attacking? Do I need to add more intensity? Should I push my team up? Although we are playing a high line. They're trying, at least. They're not giving up despite conceding. As El Shad, the veteran of this team, brings us level. You know, looks like he's marking Mbappe well for now. Oh my days, Uzun breaking free of our back line. Maybe I should drop to a medium line just to be safe. Look, we're still competing with Madrid even with less possession, but I will make that change. I will drop it to standard And I think I will lower the tempo just a tad and the passing directness just a tad as well. And change it to pass into space. I'm going to bring on BB. Not really the guy you expect to play as a channel midfielder, but he's good defensively. Looks like he was going to lose it, but instead he makes a good pass. And BB! Costa gets there just in time. Pastes, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know if I think he's Spanish. Cross in, cleared away. And shot over the bar. That's all good. Real Madrid in possession. Mbappe to Mora. To the Catman. Switch of the play. Clear. Don't tell me Quenza headed that into... Like, why?
Why?
Why? Why are you heading it there? Both goals we literally gifted them. Tsukada, look, him and Pantoja mixed well together last game. All right, throw in. Can we take advantage of this? They have Bellingham dying on the outside of the pitch. With a man advantage, can we go ahead? BB loses it, but plenty of players back. We can reset and set up possession. Gonzalez out wide to Rosketh. Beats a man. Rosketh finds someone. Score. Caesar. All right. Valencia have equaled Real Madrid. Throw in for Real Madrid. We win it back. Tsukada down to Djordjevic. He's not going to beat 4 players on his own, but what he can do is find the right pass, which he finds Lima on the other side. Lima keeps pushing. Soria, the Mexican, crosses in. Djordjevic off the bar. So close. Corner kick. 95th minute. Is this going to be a useless highlight, or is Real Madrid going to find a last-second goal? Was there a mistake I possibly made? Did they sub in a striker that can run in behind our defenders? It's not again. He's offside, right? I can't lose in the same way twice in a row. Thank goodness. You did look offside. You can't trick us twice in a row, Francolino. Played a pretty even match with Madrid. Just annoying that we made 2 crucial errors. But we'll take it. Alonso has birthday to forget? It's not like we thrashed you. You drew 2 all away from home. Let's go through the Champions League phase. Firstly is Leverkusen. Led by Malik Tillman, who isn't considered a starter, he scored a nice shot outside the box. Jonas Stepersky matched him. In the second half, Luis Enrique runs in behind, and our keeper Savage runs towards him for some reason, which results in an easy finish. Thankfully, we'd equalize again via Matos to leave the Bayarina with a draw. Then, we hosted Manchester City. Like last season, we surprisingly opened the scoring. Unfortunately, the good times wouldn't last. Yeah, this was the second part of the bloody trio. Nico Gonzalez versus his former club. City began their attack, but it would be us to score next. Pantoja is the truth. City did get one back, but Bernardo Lima banged a third to see us defeat Europe's most successful 2030s club in back-to-back seasons. Following were 2 former Serie A winners. The current champions are Juventus, who couldn't break down our system, as Pantoja and BB led us to another impressive win. Then 2032 winners Atalanta saw Pantoja continue his great form. That added with 2 others for a 3-0 lead by the 36th minute, and eventually a confirmed 3-1 victory. Next up is Arsenal. With 3 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, and 2 Carabao Cups, a European trophy is all that eludes Mikel Arteta. I have not played a Premier League side away from home yet, so how will it go? Albiak's got the pace, he just doesn't have the technicals yet. But regardless, Pantoja! I love Colombia! 1-0 Valencia. Nivaneri. Get the ball. How did he get the ball back? Oh, wow. Height mark him. And Saka is on the move, maybe. Timber. Campos is getting subbed off right now. He cannot do his job. And still get the pronunciation wrong according to some comments. But we do well to go up the pitch. Soria Soria, Gonzalez, Muku hands us the lead. Nico Gonzalez has been a great loan signing, man. He's old, but he still has enough physicals to be useful. Valencia in the lead. Okay. No, never mind. Free kick. Pantoja with only 12 free kicks, but he takes it. Oh, off the post, and a follow-up is blocked, but Pantoja follows up as well, and he gives us a 3-1 lead. His 7th in the tournament. This man is on fire. A little bit of a deflection, a little bit of luck. Let's go. Nico Gonzalez, 3 assists. Corner kick for Arsenal. If they get one back here, we will be a little nervous. Second ball. Saka. What is with us just handing our opponents goals, man? Look, Arsenal deserve to have some goals for sure. Oh, no, to be fair, I don't think Emaneri's goal was that high. Now they're taking advantage of a mistake. Gabriel Mech. Huge block. Can we continue our impressive run in the Champions League? And it looks like we do. Nico Gonzalez's hat-trick of assists hands Valencia a 3-2 victory at the Emirates. No. What a Champions League campaign. With 3 more victories against the bottom dwellers, we finished first in the table and remained the sole undefeated side. Top 8 sees us into the round of 16. We'll see how our luck fares later on. For the remainder of the first half of the season, we can ignore a 2-1 loss to Real Betis and a 1-0 to Villarreal, as we won the remainder and would be placed in 5th. Yeah, the loss count is higher than I expected. Still above Real Madrid, but if we don't fix up our form, La Liga will be a missed opportunity. Tsukada has been sold. Manchester United saw something in him as they splurged up to 141 million, of which our transfer budget was boosted by 27.5. It's a tough market. Players that would improve us would cost in well excess of 50 million, while loan deals have annoying obligations or position requirements. So the only guy I signed is another Mexican in Ariel Diaz. I don't know why I bought a project player, as your boy is stressed. We were not just knocked out by Belinho Sporting Gijon in the 120th minute of the Copa del Rey, a tournament I can't get past the 4th round of. We lost to them again in the league by the same margin. Results such as a victory over Alaves 5-0 were said to be rare. February started off with a mistake leading to a 1-0 victory against Malaga. Atletico Madrid at home, they had fallen off a bit, and some luck led to an early Muxao strike. Giuliano Simeone's red card made it smooth. Sevilla were a tough team to crack. The definition of defensive football, we created opportunities, yet failed to take our chances. In our previous run of games, our Norwegian backup started as Savage suffered an injury. Granted, Savage was healed by this point, I just forgot to put him in. That'd be a horrendous mistake. Shijong is a speed demon with no technical qualities outside of defending. However, he flashed down the flank, but had no options to threaten us. How did that go in? Bo, are you boneless? We were lucky not to lose this thanks to Pantoja's late equalizer. Through 24 match days, we remained in 5th, tightly behind everyone except Barcelona. Could we slow down their momentum? Yes, we could, with a 3rd 1-0 victory of the month. Sadly, Real Sociedad threw out any of my La Liga dreams, which I had many throughout the season.
There goes that dream.
A 1-0 loss to Girona, where slow-ass Vlahovic breaches in behind my back line, and a 1-1 draw to Getafe means my sole hope is the Champions. We drew AS Roma, who won Serie A in 2033. They got a mini Daniel, a bro, and the ever so talented Matthias Solé. Yet, the Champions League was my bread and butter this campaign. With them using a 4-2-2 and our defending abilities, I felt the quarterfinals were in our sights. The problem? Bolivar Campos. If this guy has no defensive support, I might as well throw in the white towel. After getting torn once, he'd get beat again, which saw Solé cut it back to Regic. Campos is subbed off. That woke us up, as the Champions League top scorer, Pantoja, responded immediately. What about the top assister? That's Nico Gonzalez, and that's a 2-1 lead. Unfortunately, the referee Goncalves decided to be the center of attention as the ever-dangerous Soleil dashed past El Shad, and despite a small tug, the referee pointed to the spot. Soleil continues his magical performance to equalize. Throughout the half, I felt there was nothing I could do about Soleil. It was like he had an invisible barrier around him. However, Roma would score a third. A cleared corner was redelivered and nodded down to Bro. Several substitutions were made, and those brought in would be involved in the equalizer. Like last year's away tie, it ended in a draw, but with a crap ton more goals. Thankfully, the second leg is at home, and I trust our boys to finish the job, especially with Roma switching to the 4-2-3-1. It begins with Soria, whose intercepted pass is returned as he cuts in and takes the aggregate lead. Then in the 72nd minute, thanks to Soria's parried cross, Muku sealed the tie. At least, I thought it was sealed, but not long later, a couple blocks provided Carlos Alvarez an inch of space to get a goal. I still believe we were fine. Recently, outside of the previous leg, we have never conceded more than one. Still, I should have done several things to close this out. As laid on, Soleil shows up and equalizes the aggregate. But we have a chance in the 90th. Mushao is stopped. Extra time, we go. Off a free kick in the 99th, Roma took the lead. A game that looked over, now looked over for me. However, we weren't creating chances for nothing, as from a corner in the 117th minute, Matos of all people equalized. So, in consecutive campaigns, penalties would determine our Champions League future. While my live commentary got corrupted, I headed into this with the thoughts, if I lose another damn shootout, I'm gonna retire. Whether serious or not, Stepersky slotted in the first pen, and Regic did not. A fantastic start, and with Matos feeling great, he'd be stopped by Robin Roofs. Brahim Diaz leveled it, and next was Pantoja. I motivated him before the shootout, and our top scorer shot it straight at the keeper. Alvarez gave Roma the lead. Djordjevic kept our hopes alive, but we need a savage save. Against Diao, he delivered. Both sides slotted in their 5th round pens, so it's sudden death. Our Shrimp lead is up, and the former attacking midfielder is stopped. Pathetic. Belotsian can win it for Roma, and he does. Back-to-back eliminations via pens, and unlike last year, we were the ones who were dominant. 30 shots, almost 4 XG, and we're out? With this shootout, that means we finished the Champions League undefeated, and eliminated in the round of 16. I can't lie, I felt done with this. Take this Real Madrid fixture. We make an error, but luckily, they don't score. So what do we do after? Give it right to Vinicius Jr. Now, if my footage didn't corrupt, this season would have ended on an instant result. Since I can't show that, here's how the campaign ended. We were in 4th heading into matchday 38 and faced 5th place Villarreal, who were 1 point behind us. We only need a point, but in the 8th minute, 33-year-old Johnny Cardoso bangs one in. We'd respond and not score here. In the 55th minute, a Villarreal throw-in led to a taker wide open, and his cross magically fell to Elias. Nice to have tall defenders. With that, we're in the Europa League, and our rivals Villarreal are in the Champions because Spanish clubs couldn't perform in Europe. I'm ignoring you, Conference League. I'm sorry to say this, next season will be the last.